Now, the Chairman, House of Representatives Ad-Hoc Committee on International Boundary Disputes between Nigeria and Cameroon, Honorable Bernie Lar, says there is a need to know the state of the presence of security agencies in the nation's border. Honorable Lar said this at the ongoing investigative hearing on the boundary disputes between Nigeria and Cameroon on Tuesday in Abuja. Following complaints by Nigerians living in the borders between Nigeria and Cameroon, and the hardship encountered due to incessant incursion into the nation's territory by terrorists and gunmen from neighboring Cameroon over disputed territories. Members of the House Ad Hoc Committee began investigations into the matter. Chairman of the committee says the hearing has become important since the communities in contention are Nigerians and the people of Nigeria. She says it is important to understand the role of the paramilitary and the military in ensuring the protection of Nigerian citizens in the disputed area in line with the ruling of the International Court of Justice, as is the concerns the disputed territories.
To have an interactive briefing with the military, to know the role of the military, the paramilitary and the security agencies towards safeguarding the borders and territorial integrity of Nigeria. So we're here to find out what is the role of the military. What is the role of the military in safeguarding our borders? Because as we know, Nigerian borders, safeguarding the territorial waters under the Constitution lies under the purview of the Navy. And we must thank the Nigerian Navy for their support when we visited Cross River State and Danare axis.
The Director General of the National Boundary Commission, Adamu Adeji, in his submissions, blamed the disagreements in the disputed territories to lack of understanding of international laws by members of the affected community. But this did not sit well with the representative of the aggrieved community, who see his comments and actions of the commissions as unpatriotic.
We have part of Guria, Mokuge, Yende, Rumzu villages that were now relinquished by Cameroon because they were found to be on the Nigerian side. So if there's any Nigerian territory that is now falling on the Cameroon side, we do the same. Because prior to this demarcation exercise, the people had never really contemplated where exactly they are. But now the court has said, go and put the boundary down on ground. So as we are putting it, we are discovering that this is the line. Some of these communities are wrongly placed. And the agreement is, if a settlement is on your side, even if it belongs to your side, there should be arrangement for taking over and handing over. And we have done that over some settlements that were relinquished to Michigan local government area of Nigeria. And ditto some other areas, like we said, we lost 33 villages in the Lake Chad region, because these are villages of Nigerians. So if we were to go by the argument, we'll have said, no, they are Nigerians, they must be placed in Nigeria, so the boundary must be changed to enclose them in Nigeria.
So that point of the judgment. But along the line, when they came to Rumske, whether you are aware, Attorney General, or you're not aware, when they came to place beacons in Rumske, which Nigeria gained from Cameroon, which is a tourist center, the Mixed Commission reported that they couldn't find watershed, that the watershed is missing. I'm quoting because I was on the field with the staff, former director of National Boundary Commission. So that the watershed is missing, that they cannot demarcate Rumsike, which is given to Nigeria, that they cannot demarcate that village because watershed is missing. And honestly speaking, my background is geology. The time we stood there, I told him, I don't need instrument. Watershed is the mountain peak. See the mountain peak. But they declined. No, we cannot enter Rumsike. For what? Because it's ceded to Nigeria. I don't know, Attorney General, whether you have ever asked this question, Rumsike, why is it not given to Nigeria? Why is it not beaconed? And why do our people are protesting whether we are ceded to Cameroon or left in Nigeria, we are one tribe. I told you we have one local government there. So we are not doing emotional beating here. We are neither complaining that we are having some challenges if we are relocated.
Members of the committee were also not satisfied with the response of the Commission and the Attorney General Office as they suggested alternative means to resolving the dispute.
The judgment, because if you are using a watershed here and then you are coming and saying these people came down from the valley and now you are using the valley, then there must be some interpretation issue.
We should try to be as patriotic as we can. Whether you are affected today or you're not affected by your decisions today. The thing that is lacking, the very basic ingredient that is lacking in this country is patriotism. I have not seen it enough. Because if you are patriotic, you want to protect the people, whether they speak your language, even if they abuse you in the morning, it doesn't matter. If it is your responsibility to protect them, you should.
For members of the military and the paramilitary, their role is basically to ensure the safety of staff and air cover for staff of the Boundary Commission who are at the disputed areas to carry out laying of pillars and placement projects. Present at the hearing were the Army, Air Force, Navy, NSCDC, Customs, Immigration, and the DSS. The committee is expected to submit its report to the House for further legislative action.